Hello, law students and legal practitioners. Today, we will analyze the case of Gallardo versus Rimando, GR number 91718, decided by the Supreme Court on July 13, 1990. Let's begin. Here are the legal doctrines of this case. The filing of a petition to annul or suspend a proclamation in a pre-proclamation controversy suspends the running of the period for filing an election protest. The reglementary period resumes only upon final resolution of the pre-proclamation case, including appellate review by the Supreme Court. The fact that a cum-elect decision in a pre-proclamation case becomes executory and allows the prevailing candidate to be proclaimed and to assume office does not bar the losing candidate from filing a timely election protest within the remaining period, as provided under the Omnibus Election Code. A pre-proclamation controversy and an election protest are distinct remedies. The former addresses only canvass-related issues, while the latter aims to determine the true will of the electorate through ballot appreciation and recount, matters which fall within the exclusive jurisdiction of the courts. Here are the relevant facts of this case. Petitioner Gil C. Gallardo and private respondent Franco F. Rimando were rival candidates for municipal mayor of Negilian, La Union in the January 18, 1988 local elections. On January 19, 1988, Rimando was proclaimed winner by a margin of 12 votes. On January 21, 1988, Gallardo filed a pre-proclamation petition before the cum-elect seeking to annul Rimando's proclamation. At that point, 2 days of the 10-day period for filing an election protest had already elapsed. The cum-elect dismissed the pre-proclamation petition on December 8, 1988. Gallardo elevated the case to the Supreme Court, which finally dismissed his petition, with notice received by Gallardo on June 23, 1989. On June 30, 1989, Gallardo filed an election protest before the Regional Trial Court of Bawang, La Union. Rimando moved to dismiss, arguing that the election protest was filed out of time since the cum-elect decision in the pre-proclamation case had become final and executory 5 days after receipt, pursuant to Section 246 of the Omnibus Election Code. The trial court initially denied the motion but later reversed itself and dismissed the protest, holding that the period was not suspended during Gallardo's appeal to the Supreme Court. Gallardo then filed the instant petition for certiorari. Issue: whether the election protest filed by Gallardo was filed on time, considering the prior pre-proclamation proceedings. Yes, the election protest was seasonably filed. Section 251, Omnibus Election Code provides that election protests for municipal offices must be filed within 10 days after proclamation, while Section 248 provides that the filing of a petition to annul or suspend a proclamation suspends the running of the period to file an election protest. The Supreme Court clarified that the suspension continues until the pre-proclamation case is finally resolved, including review by the Supreme Court, since such review is a constitutional right. Only 2 days had lapsed when Gallardo filed the pre-proclamation petition. The remaining 8 days were suspended during the pendency of the case before both cum-elect and the Supreme Court. Upon receipt of the Supreme Court's final resolution on June 23, 1989, Gallardo still had 8 days remaining. Filing the election protest on June 30, 1989 was therefore within the allowable period. Thank you for listening and happy learning. Please don't forget to subscribe to the Legal Shepherd PH YouTube channel and click the notification bell to stay updated on newly uploaded cases and jurisprudence. See you again for our next case discussions.